There could be a metaverse just for people who have fallen long distances.
Maybe.
It's possible.
How long is a long distance?
Oh, if it's walking, 2 feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, falling, I don't know.
2 feet. What? Hold on.
What's that distance that you get that adrenaline? Like, I just got super warm. Like, what's that distance? And I think you just have to times that by 2. So anything above like 8 feet, I feel like it'd be oh no.
Well, I was going to say, what's the distance from the top of a bed to the floor?
Are you talking about bunk bed or normal bed?
Normal bed.
Probably
Ooh.
roughly like 3 feet.
3 feet.
Because
probably.
you know you definitely get adrenaline if you fall out of that in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Hopefully you don't fall out of that
So
while
just
having
anybody
a fever
who
dream.
has fallen gets to go to this place?
No. I said long distances.
Long distance.
But that's relative to the
Long
metaverse.
distance followers.
Long distance fallers. It sounds like a book. Sounds like a really shitty book, but
It
a book
does.
that's out there.
It does sound like a really bad book. Like you walk into Barnes and Noble and they're pumping it hard. You're
Someone's
like,
out in the front signing
I
it.
don't want to read this.
Hello, and welcome back to A Foolish Endeavor, the podcast of like-minded, self-proclaimed intellectuals, where the best that we can muster is sheer absurdity. That's our conversations. But you already know that, because you're here, and you love it, and we love you.
We love you.
I'm Chad, editor-in-chief.
I'm Dominic.
I'm Tyler.
And I'm Jake, a.k.a. Tech Daddy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
When did you start calling yourself that?
That was a chat thing.
Oh.
I sent him a video, and the guy
Weird.
referred to himself as Tech Daddy, and he was just like, that's hilarious. You need to start calling yourself that. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he changed one of his
Do
gamer
I have
tags
to call
that.
you that?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
You don't have to say the tech part.
Oh. Okay.
But to backtrack, this is Tyler. He's a guest filling in for Alex today.
Yo.
I was just going to let it feel like it was natural, like they missed something for
Yeah, I wasn't going to answer
13
any
episode,
questions.
12 episodes.
Way to
however
just
many
call
it's
me
been.
out.
Am I about to get doxxed?
Do you feel like you are?
Maybe.
Then you are.
Oh, shit.
What do you mean? Tyler has been on this show.
Since the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay,
What,
do
like,
not
who's
try
Alex?
to Dwight me right now. Do not try to Dwight me.
It's been at least 4 years.
4?
Yeah, this is season 8, Jake. Where have you been?
Doing Tech Daddy shit, I guess. Oof. Oh, no. Where have I been?
Well, Tyler, welcome.
Thank
We're
you.
glad to have you.
I'm
Yeah,
glad
we
to be
are.
here.
We are very glad to have you.
I just want to thank my mom, my dad, my grandparents for this opportunity.
That is true. If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be here.
I'd
Yeah.
like to thank them as well. Because without them, Tyler wouldn't be here.
The only part that makes that even better is your face. And the moment you said it, there was just a bunch of lightning outside. So it was hilarious.
The most deadpan stare I've ever seen.
I'd like to thank them as well. Oh, shoot. Oh, that was
Wow.
good. Thank you, Dom. Oh boy. Oof.
So before we get into anything else that's crazy, Dom, last time we recorded, we had a deal of watching each other's shows.
Yes, we made a deal.
How's it going?
Well, mediocre at best. I tried. I'm not going to lie. I watched the first episode, and then something weird happened with my subscription to HBO. So I got HBO Max through AT&T, like when I
Naturally.
got unlimited data. But so I watched the first episode. Everything was awesome. Went in to watch the second one, and everything looked normal on my app. Then I went to play it, and it was like, can't play. Didn't tell me why. So I gave it a day, tried again. Same thing. Talked to my sister who's on the same plan that I am. She's having the same problems. I don't know if that HBO subscription was just for like a certain amount of time or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to talk to AT&T and see why. So I thought we had it for the entire time of the contract.
My bet, if you call and complain, even if it's not supposed to be the entire time of the contract, you'll still get it.
Yeah, so I just have not followed up with that. But I did watch the first episode, and I liked it. I was disappointed that I wasn't able to continue watching.
That is sad.
It is sad. So I am a man of my word. I did try. So I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I let everybody down.
You still got time. It's
So,
okay.
Yeah, I don't think there was a specified time frame on that.
We did
Yeah,
not
I mean,
specify
I
time
had to
frame.
have
I
to-
tried.
You did
I did my
try.
thing. I watched the first
tried.
episode, and then something weird happened. Like I don't know. Maybe it is my fault. Maybe I didn't realize that it was coming to the end of the subscription. I don't know. I thought the entire time I was paying for unlimited data, I thought that I had the HBO Max, but
Thanks, Obama.
maybe things change. Yeah,
Right.
it's definitely
That's all it can
Obama's
be.
fault.
Nah, I'm gonna blame Russia for this one.
It might be
Ooh.
Russia.
Yep.
But also,
Their
You think
cyber
you would get
attack
an
started with
email?
HBO.
Yeah, like an email heads up would have been nice. Like something.
Like being like, hey, your subscription's about to end. Would you like to try to pay for this?
Right. So I don't know if it was like computer error or something. I don't know. But I'm going to follow up with AT&T. So
Okay.
I did like the first episode. It kind of hooked me in.
That's good.
Things are weird.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
weird. There was more magic involved in this than I thought there would be.
A little bit.
Like, maybe not magic, but like, I don't know what those beings were. I don't know. They killed some people. That's all I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that happens.
And that's all I know. Like there was definitely like some weird cryptid stuff going on there. Didn't expect that at all. Kind of thought it was like a straight lace. Like this is the story. Follows our natural things. It does not.
Definitely not.
No. Like, buckle up. You're about to have like 37 different stories to try to follow along with.
Well,
Yeah.
get HBO fixed and then buckle up.
And then buckle up.
And then
yeah.
buckle up. Yeah.
Or buckle
So,
up before
I'll
you get
follow
HBO
up with
fixed.
that.
That way they can't like try to throw you off while you're like bantering with them to get it back.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Chad, how about your end of the story?
I finished Peaky Blinders in under a week.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
It was okay. It's not my favorite.
You watched the entire thing in less than a week?
I had some
It
free time
didn't-
before Easter,
It
so
didn't pull you in at all?
the first 2 seasons I was in. Season 3,
We understand.
I definitely understand.
We
Season
understand.
3 was kind of a dip.
Season 4 was okay.
Oh, I liked season 4.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like it was back to its roots. It was all right.
Season 4 I really enjoyed. Season 3 was a dip, though. I think Jake and I have had this conversation before.
Yeah.
It kind of had to happen, but
They could have done better.
I agree.
They didn't have to start near the end of the story
Yeah.
for season 3 to feel complete.
Yeah.
Season 5, I was bored until the very end.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen after season 5.
I think it was just one big setup season. We'll find out June 10th.
Yeah, I guess we will, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Season 5 I was kind of let down by. I don't know. A lot of people didn't seem to like season 4. I liked season 4.
I'm not I'm not super into gang shows or like what do you call their
Mafia.
mafia mob. Like that's not my
Yeah.
preferred genre. But it was good.
Yeah.
It was okay. I really didn't like what's her face? The blonde.
Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was okay with her through season 1 and then when she came back I was like, we're over this. The one that trains horses is better.
You know,
He's trading down
definitely-
at that point.
definitely should have went for the one that
As my
trained
dad
horses.
said,
That was
she's
May.
rich.
Yeah.
And hot.
That was May, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't know why he went with what was the other girl's name? The one he
The
one he
prostitute.
ended up marrying.
Oh shit.
Is it Linda or something?
Some close. I don't
See,
remember.
very forgettable. Very forgettable.
Yeah, I just don't know why
Yeah.
he chose
Lindsay.
could've- Maybe.
No, maybe.
Maybe I got nothing. But
Elizabeth?
anyway, it could have been May.
What?
Like
Elizabeth?
he had
I don't know. Maybe.
he had all the opportunity for it to be May. And I just really think that would have added so much more to the show because now you have this guy he's really into this horse betting.
Mhm.
And then his wife's the horse trainer.
Mhm.
Like it really could have just made things full circle.
The name is Lizzie.
Lizzie, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I just don't know why I went with her.
Yeah, I don't know.
No offense to Lizzie or anything, but
No offense to Lizzie.
well, I don't want to take offense to her because she was always with the family the entire time.
Oh, she was with the family, all right.
Well, yeah.
She was on the
Can
payroll without
confirm.
being on the payroll.
And then she was on the payroll.
And then she was on the payroll. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this past week I watched all 2 seasons of Raised by Wolves to try to meet Alex on his level.
Yeah.
And that show is weird. That's all I'm going to say. 'Cause
Well,
I don't know how to
it's
describe
Alex that likes it, so
He's really widened his horizons. I'm so proud of him. Now getting past ridiculousness and SpongeBob.
okay. SpongeBob, top tier show,
I understand.
right?
Maybe back in the day. I feel like it's kind of gotten a little out there.
Not even if you're
I agree.
29.
It's dipped. It's dipped. It's
Not-
on low.
I'm not talking about age of person watching. I'm talking about season of which they're on.
Oh. They
What do
still
you
make
mean?
new episodes?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
They're not the same as the old.
They're not the same. And no, it's not us who have changed. it's definitely the quality of show that has changed.
All right, so hot topic. Padme is the reason everything happened in Star Wars and the Sith took control.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm not going to disagree here.
That
I mean, everything.
that's hard to argue.
Hard to argue. Wow. Argue. Words are hard.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
First
they
one of the
are.
day. Let's go, boys. Everything. But if you say most things, I think you can petition that.
She's at least an instrument of destruction.
Big words.
I'll give her that minimum bar
Okay.
that she can't cross.
She tries really, really, really hard not to be the problem,
Mm-hmm.
but she's pretty much the problem.
I mean, if she never left her queen seat and went to the Senate, Palpatine never would have been in control of the Senate.
True. Also, are we
Wow.
trying to draw a line here that Padme is to Star Wars as Urkel was to Family Matters? Where he just tried so hard, but just royally effed things up?
No, that would be Jar Jar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, that's still Star Wars.
I don't know.
Jar Jar's a Sith Lord, so.
Jar
that's the
Jar
thing,
and
though,
Steve
like-
Urkel are the same character.
Oh my
I don't-
gosh.
What?
Pretty
Imagine if
much.
Jar Jar walked around like
What?
Steve Urkel. That would make it even better.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, that would.
Except Steve Urkel is far more beloved than Jar Jar.
I agree with that. I like Steve.
Especially whenever he turns into Stefan.
I liked his character. Not
Mhm.
Jar Jar. No.
What? You didn't like Jar Jar?
I mean,
Wow.
I didn't like Jar Jar.
He was entertaining.
No.
Yes.
I didn't mind him
Mildly-
when I was 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mildly entertaining, but I just no real reason to be there.
I mean, anytime he's on TV now, I just fast forward.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Unless
Unless
he's a Sith Lord.
he's a Sith Lord, then he did a really good like covert operation.
Then I'm completely wrong about my assessment.
You know, Dom, if you go back and watch that movie slowly, episode 1, you can see parts of Jar Jar mouthing the words of other characters while the other character is talking.
That is true.
And Jar Jar is fully CG. So it's intentional.
Wait, he's CG?
I know it's hard to tell.
You're
I know
kidding me.
his resolution is very nice. But yes, he is.
Didn't have the pores though, like Thanos.
Hold on.
No, his pores didn't stretch, but he looked pretty good.
Are you trying to tell me that he was the instrument of all of episode 1?
So he was a puppet master.
You got it, Chief.
What other society banishes somebody for being clumsy? That's the dumbest excuse in the history of existence.
Well, he is
I mean,
quite clumsy. I mean,
Imagine putting that one on your resume.
yeah, that. But if he was a Sith Lord, he probably would have had a better excuse.
I don't know.
Unless
He was going for the
he
innocent
wanted to
idiot.
be banished, and he thought, I'll just make them think I'm clumsy to banish me.
Well, technically, if he was never banished, he never would have met Qui-Gon.
Yep.
Connecting the dots.
But yeah, specifically when they arrive on Tatooine, if you watch, you can see him just almost off screen on the left side telling Captain Panaka what to say. At least that's what it looks like.
So since we're on this
Huh.
topic, whatever happened to Jar Jar?
Where'd he go?
Yeah.
That is a good question. What did happen to Jar Jar? Are we about to have a like Jar Jar spin-off show? Like, is
I
Disney
doubt it.
about to drop that on us?
I highly doubt it.
Like, what if like 50 years later from now they drop on us that he truly was the Sith Lord, and you just get to watch those movies, but from his perspective of him having like his hand in the cookie jar?
Disney would probably burn.
Well, if they don't already.
All right, so
Yeah, if they survive this fire, they'll catch on fire again.
Yeah, they'll definitely put themselves on
so
fire
eventually
again.
they're going to run out of other characters to make movies about, and they're going to have to make a Jar Jar movie.
Have to.
No, they'll just give us the same crap that they tried to pull with the sequel trilogy again.
Oh, they might do that.
Yeah.
But anyways, have you guys ever seen Lion King 1.5?
Yes.
Yes, but I can't remember.
Okay, so it's Lion King told from the perspective of Timon and Pumbaa.
Mm.
I want that, but with Jar Jar.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was like saying.
Right.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
that's where I
sounds
got
phenomenal.
the idea.
Yeah.
It's like I just want to see everything through his eyes.
How about a retelling of episode 1 through the eyes of Boss Nass? The really fat guy that makes Nixon impressions.
Ah,
Mm.
I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to think of who you're talking about.
He's the really big, he's like the frog king of the,
The cafe? That guy?
no,
No.
that's Dexter.
This guy right here, Ty.
Oh.
Let me see.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. That was
He does
episode
the-
2 I was thinking
Mhm.
of.
Yeah.
The dude who like
Explain to me what that
laughs
would
really
look
weird.
like. I want to see in your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Your
it
mind,
would
what
just
is-
be, it would just be the thing where he like shakes his face and does Nixon impressions every 20 minutes. middle of a conversation, end of a conversation, doesn't matter. Just and then everyone's like wiping spit off of their face.
Right.
Is that going to be in one of those like 4D?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like
It's got to be.
movie theaters
Yep.
where you just get sprayed.
You get
every
sprayed,
time
and
you
they
that.
pump in the smell. Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I
would
won't do that.
Would it smell like after it rains and the worms are coming up out of the ground? Would it smell like that?
Imagine it smell worse.
I don't know what that's going to smell like.
Not good.
No
matter what it is,
like a
not good.
rotting worm.
Ooh.
Like
The half-cooked ones.
half cooked.
Half-cooked, like 11 a.m. on the golf course
Oh.
when they're just like starting to fry on the greens.
No, the ones you leave out on the boat all day and then you open up.
Oh, dude, those did smell bad. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, we ended up just pitching them Johns into the water.
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Everything in Star Wars was Padme's fault.
Or was all done by Jar Jar as a puppet master.
Well, Jar Jar was the one that voted to give Palpatine full control,
Yep.
and he pushed that movement.
And
This
he
is
was
all
only
taking
there
to take-
because Padme had to run away and hide.
This
Exactly.
is all starting to take shape now.
I think, as far as episode 1 goes, I think you can excuse her for just being nice to a little kid.
That one's fair. That one's not as
In episode
Chomo.
2, she encouraged him to go to Tatooine to find his mom.
Her fault.
Her fault.
her fault.
Her fault entirely.
Not telling Anakin that he was stupid for mindlessly slaughtering the Sand People and instead being totally chill with it. Her fault.
Her fault.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but she somewhat understood, words are hard, like
Mhm.
Jake said, what the Jedi Order, like their code of ethics was, right?
Yeah.
So she knew he was doing wrong,
Oh, yeah.
but she didn't care.
Yeah, after like 3 weeks on Naboo, fighting the fact that like she didn't want a relationship, and then, oh, let's go save your mom. Oh, you killed people? That's okay.
It's okay. Come here, buddy.
You're. I mean, we can hug.
So what you-
Oh, we're
young
about to
kids
die
call
in
it
an
now.
arena. Guess what? I completely, truly love you, and this is how humans talk. 100%.
Man, those were rough movies.
Yep.
So much potential.
You know, there was scrapped story concept of her going when she went to Mustafar to confront Anakin in episode 3. There was story concept of her like actually trying to stab him with a knife.
Oh, so what you're saying is they just waited and then used that with Luke and Kylo Ren, like years later. They're just like, you know what? We'll just use it now. They're like,
know,
man, I
maybe.
liked this plot.
Yeah, the original concept art had her with a big dagger, like ready to kill him.
Huh.
So that really just goes more towards that it's Padme's fault.
And everything's Padme's fault.
That Padme's fault.
Yeah, and I can go behind that because so I'm in season 3 of the Clone Wars now, and I'm really starting to get a soft spot for Anakin. Not so much for Padme, because she's doing some stuff that I'm just like, she's doing it in the name of peace, but she's getting people killed.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm just seeing what Anakin has to go through, being that he is who he is, and all of the challenges that he faces. Just starting to, I don't know. I don't want to say that I understand him, but he is a more diverse character than I thought he was.
Fair.
He was still a crybaby.
Accurate.
He was a crybaby, and he did murder a bunch of kids.
Yeah. That one's really hard to overlook.
Like, he took
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. But he took that, like, icebreaker of how many kids could you fight off way too literally. He just took it and was like, I'll show you.
Yeah, that was right.
Not enough.
No, it's not allegedly. He did. They had the
they did have the
surveillance video.
hologram.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But he allegedly killed all of them.
No, some of the some of the clones took them out. So it wasn't all him.
I did see.
He missed Grogu. He didn't get Grogu.
That part was really hard to overlook.
So I saw a video on TikTok the other day that was hinting that whenever, whenever Yoda grabbed his chest when all that was happening and like all of Order 66 was happening, that wasn't because he felt all of the bad things happening. It's because he was a dad and felt like scared for his son.
I'm glad you bring that up because I just had the thought, what if Yoda was Grogu's dad? But that means he went out for milk and never came back.
That also, well, that, which is really funny, because all I think of is the milk that Luke drinks in one of the later trilogies, and just like angrily drinks milk.
Ew,
And then,
that
but
was
also
gross
that
milk too.
That was gross milk. But then it also makes you think, did Yoda then also not go with the Jedi code and went out and had a kid?
Yeah,
But since it's a pure of like their species, that means that he found another one of him.
well, there was Yaddle,
Yep.
That's true. Yeah.
and
But she died
when though?
Did she die from childbirth?
somewhere in between 1 and 2. I don't know. There's a comic about it.
But here's the thing: you see how like slowly they age. They still could have had a kid,
So
Yeah, Grogu's like, what, 50?
yeah.
so it's still possible.
Yeah, because at the point that Grogu's
20.
introduced, I mean, I want to say
Yeah, it'd be
less
about
than
30,
50 years
yeah.
went by, yeah.
and would he have been allowed to break that Jedi code to save his species?
He's the Grand Master.
I want to say that's like a loophole in the code. Like he's allowed to do that.
Well,
I don't know.
was it Coyote Mundi? Was he the other one that was allowed to do it?
I can't answer that.
I don't know,
He was the
man.
Conehead guy.
I want to say yes. I want to say you and I had that conversation before.
It was
so I
either-
want to say yes.
It was either him or Plo Koon, and I don't remember which
can't
one.
remember. which
Expand
one,
upon
though.
the story. I don't know this story.
Apparently, the Conehead Jedi had like 7 wives or something.
Huh. And it
'Cause
was
his-
all in the
'cause
name
his-
of trying to save his
Yeah,
species?
because
or
his species was endangered.
Huh.
Which would, to like our Star Wars knowledge, go along with Yoda being able to then reproduce. Because you really don't see his
Assuming that
species.
they're well, just because we don't see them doesn't mean they're endangered.
Well, but people don't know about them, so like you assume
yeah.
that that
I would
species
assume
is-
because every time anybody sees Yoda, like,
They're like,
there's
"What
no
the hell is that
question.
thing?"
Like, they're all like, I don't know what that is. Or
They're
if they
like,
know
"Oh,
what
that's
that
a
is, they
Yoda."
know it's Yoda.
right.
And if you look it up on like the internet and you just look up what species is Yoda, it's
They
just
just say
called
Yoda, yeah.
species. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
very non-descriptive. So I would assume that they're in danger.
I'd say that's a safe assumption.
Can we also address the fact that the Jedi were like, we're not going to have like emotional counseling or anger management classes. Just don't have emotions and don't get angry,
Exactly. That's how that works. Obviously.
especially in the midst of a 3-year war. Like,
There's
yeah.
no such thing as
we're not
PTSD.
we're not gonna address your mental health. Just be better.
Especially for hormonal teenagers.
No, they had some counseling, but it mainly consisted of it's a path to the dark side.
Yeah, so it is
It's just fear mongering.
hold up.
When you do something bad, you have to collect the books in the library for a week.
Right.
So yeah, that's a really good point. Is Star Wars just a cry for mental health?
Wow. That's a bomb right there, and you just dropped it, buddy.
Because no one helped them, and that's
The-
what I kind of mean. Like when you start to learn more and more about Anakin, you're just kind of like, man, this guy had nobody
Yeah.
that could really understand him.
So technically, is Palpatine a shrink?
He's a terrible
No.
shrink, but kind of.
No, he's just
Yes
the
and
Senate.
no.
He's
not a
the
shrink,
only
he's
one
the
that-
Senate.
He's the only one that said, like, basically, hey, tell me about this.
That is true.
Talk about what you're going through.
Yeah, but he had a weird, twisted reason behind that.
Yeah.
but he still did it.
I
But-
guess does it matter your intentions as long as you're asking the right question?
Right? Where's the line here? Is that a gray area?
Mace Windu knew how to handle his anger, and he could have helped, but he didn't.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, really, all Anakin ever got, or any of them, was just, well, don't be mad. Don't get mad.
Yeah, and like Chad
There was
said, go
bad
collect
stuff
books.
going on around them.
Well, yeah, you say that, and now I'm sitting here. So Anakin told Yoda about his dreams and stuff.
Mhm.
Obviously, Yoda knew that him and Padme were a thing. I
And he
mean,
did nothing about it.
and he didn't ask, why are you having these dreams? Why do you want to know about a way to heal with the Force?
Well, there's a reason why he didn't say those word for word, and it's because you said them in the wrong order.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong right there.
But I get the concept you're going with. That's a good question, though. Like, was Yoda just like, piss on it? You know, he'll be all right. Everyone else has been in the past 1,000 years. Like, rub some dirt on it, Johnny. Because we all know Anakin won't rub sand on it.
No.
No.
It's coarse and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
Yep.
Or did Yoda know the only way to win was to lose?
I mean,
He
technically,
pulled Doctor Strange on that shit.
well, that's an
Honestly,
idea.
that's really kind of where they ended up, right?
Yeah, but there's also, like, the entire thing of, like, the Force is because there's a balance.
Yeah.
So technically, to be able to have that good side, there has to be a bad side.
That's where the gray Jedi come in. They're just kind of like, why are we doing any of this?
There's a gray Jedi?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's gray Jedi.
Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of people don't like the new trilogy, but theoretically, Rey is a gray Jedi.
That's okay. Yeah. I guess I didn't put that together.
But you
Can we all
talked about
just-
Strange, which is a wizard, which made me think of a meme I saw that Harry Potter is a knockoff version of Star Wars
I saw that and I laughed hysterically.
because
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, kinda. And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Totally cool.
I agree.
J.K. Rowling has some explaining to do.
I want to hear Jake's input since you really just dove into the Harry Potter world. I don't know much about
Dude,
Harry
it
Potter.
is spot on. Like, seriously, like, you think about it, it's like pretty damn similar stories. You look at the parental parts, you have all the internal struggles without help again, like we were talking about. You always have, like, the little two different, people on your shoulder telling you different stuff, and they're like, don't do that, Harry, or that's just bad. That's what the bad people do.
Well, let's get to the very, very beginning. Old creepy guy shows up and says to a kid, hey, you have magical abilities. Obi-Wan, Hagrid,
Mm-hmm.
old creepy guys.
Also, can we also just think about the fact that Qui-Gon, without any consent, took Anakin's blood and was just like, I'm testing this shit.
Well, that's Liam Neeson, so yeah, I don't think he
Who's
cares.
going to question that?
That's true. That's true. No one's going to stop
Yeah.
that. Especially Liam Neeson with long hair.
He
mean-
asked for consent. He's like, I need to make sure that this isn't infected.
Okay.
Because he had a cut.
Just remember, Liam Neeson fought very large wolves with tiny liquor bottles.
Yep.
I also think, talking Star Wars, one of my favorite characters that did not get much screen time was Darth Maul.
Yes.
Like,
Honestly,
in
now
the
that I'm in Clone Wars,
yes, right? You like him
and
even more.
I haven't. See, does he show up in Clone Wars? I'm guessing he does because it was kind of hinted
Oh,
at.
that didn't happen. That's season 4.
Oh, I thought that was earlier on.
It was
Sorry.
hinted at. Don't
That's
worry.
a big spoiler.
No.
Shit.
It was hinted at. Don't
Okay.
worry. I kind of figured that's where we were going.
But to answer your question, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was kind of hoping that because we got to see where he came from. We got to see his kind, his species.
Yeah, it's like almost one of my favorite stories in Clone Wars is that entire portion.
And it only gets better after the Clone Wars end. And as the Clone Wars end.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. Like, you have a lot to look forward to.
Are you going to tell me that I'm going to watch 7 seasons of this and I'm still just going to want more?
Yep.
That's exactly what we're telling you right now.
Yeah, I can't answer that because I got into like season 1 and then other shows came out.
Oh, dude, trust me, it is worth your time to watch.
I don't have much time.
Yeah, you do. Make it. I know we game all the time. You always have something on your side screen watching while we're gaming. Make your new one, Clone Wars.
Very true, very true.
Clone Wars, straight into the Bad Batch, and then into Rebels.
I haven't watched Rebels yet, but Bad Batch, phenomenal. Can't wait for the second season of that.
So going back to Maul and his species. So, Jake, as you know, I've started playing Battlefront 2 finally.
Yep.
And I think it's really funny that if you go through the characters for the Rebels, and I think the Resistance as well, his species are part of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to imagine that after seeing Maul.
Well, that's because like you look at like the overall like species whenever you just watch the movies and you're like, there's one. That's it. Basically one. Darth Maul. And then you watch Clone Wars, you're like, oh shit, that's right. He had to come from somewhere. They can't have a bunch of Yoda species. And you're like, oh, there's a whole planet of these things? And they're all really badass? Okay.
Yeah, so that brings up another point. Tyler, you're not there yet. I'm going to spoil it a little bit for you.
Sorry, TikTok
It's only
spoils
been
a
out
lot.
for 15 years.
Yeah, it's fair. Are they all force sensitive?
No, I don't believe so. I think
Okay, because they just picked one at random, basically,
yeah.
and he ended up being force sensitive.
Well, they gave him Night Sister magic.
Right. Then that was going to be my other question. The Night Sister magic, did they make him force sensitive?
I think so.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like
Yeah.
that
That's a
serum
thing.
is
Yeah.
like, yeah.
So Dom says that, but I believe there are species that are all force sensitive.
I think there are, yeah.
I believe so,
Yes.
but I don't think theirs
No,
is.
I don't think they are, but I think there are just because of Jedi Fallen Order, the game.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure you face one of those species.
I mean, I think everyone in the Star Wars universe has their like hand in the cookie jar of the Force, but it's not all of them are able to feel that Force. So I think it's like that serum basically that they give the Darth Maul species. Like I think that just like makes it so you can feel it
Right.
because it's already there.
Yeah, because the force is kind of through everything. So
Right.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Everybody really does have access to it, but no one really knows how to control it and or can feel it, whatever.
Exactly.
Well, I know I'm going to butcher the name of it. It's what? Metachlorians?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
you got it.
it's in the bloodstream. So theoretically, all you got to do is take it out of someone's blood and put it in someone else's blood, and you have the Force.
I think that's how you get AIDS.
I mean, you're
think
not
it-
wrong. Force
I don't know.
AIDS.
Okay. Well, that is not where I thought this was going to go.
You're welcome. That's why I'm here, folks.
Wow. Thank you guys for that. Anyways, that does kind of clear some stuff up.
Does
About
it
the
really?
whole Night
That
Sister.
didn't mess you up
No,
anymore?
back to what Chad was saying.
Oh,
The
okay.
whole Night Sister magic thing.
Well, that's
Make
just like
somebody-
dark side magic.
Yeah.
It's similar enough to that.
But I could see how, like he's saying in his game, that there's some on both sides.
Mhm.
I could see how they could play a role in both sides, I
Yeah.
guess, is all I'm saying.
There were a lot of independent force using species.
Right.
It just so happens that the most popular boiled down to Jedi Order or Sith Order, or what was left of the Sith. In Fallen Order, it was the Zepho.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I think they were all force sensitive, or at least that's what the game leads you to believe.
Well, every single one you fought was, at least.
Yeah.
But going back to species, it had me thinking. So we don't know the home planet of Yoda, right?
I don't think so. No.
I don't believe so.
So what if
Yoda
he
species
is?
from the Yoda planet?
What if Yoda is, or Grogu as well, the last of the Yoda species, and Dagobah was his home planet, and that's why he went and lived there?
That would be interesting.
That would make sense.
I mean, he does kind of look like a frog.
It does kind of look like if you had to say, well, what kind of habitat would this guy live in? That's the one.
I'd say so.
That's the one.
I think there was extended like books or comics or something that said Dagobah was rich in the dark side. And so the fact
Maybe
that the dark
Yoda's
side
the anomaly.
like surrounded that planet, it like masked his presence from the Emperor.
That makes sense.
But it could be like that.
Or at
Maybe
least
something
a Dagobah
happened.
style planet.
Well,
Maybe something happened in the past that like destroyed the planet, but that's where he came from. That would be interesting.
maybe the planet is rich with the dark side, but its beings are rich with the light, making the balance.
Ooh. There you go. Now we're thinking.
Not so balanced if
Okay,
there's
Dom.
only one of them. But
Dom, okay. I see what you're putting
it
down.
is- yeah.
It's an idea.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing here.
Also, Yoda went off his rocker hardcore.
Yeah, he had a little bit of Alzheimer's.
Either that or drugs.
I mean,
Too many frogs.
yeah, too many frogs.
I was going to say mushrooms, but okay.
Nah, definitely too many frogs.
Definitely frogs on Dagobah.
Mm-hmm.
Yoda looks like a toad licker.
I don't know what that means, but yes, like
It means he literally licks toads.
no, I know what you mean, but I don't know what somebody that licks toes looks like. But
Yoda.
yes, it would be
Obviously,
Yoda.
old Yoda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
When you lick a toad, naturally you turn into a space goblin.
Do you really, or do you just think that you do?
Who's to say?
Huh.
That is a huh.
That is a deep question.
All right, so who's better, Yoda or yogurt? Come on, tell me you guys get the reference.
I'm lost. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't get that.
You got a bunch of blank stares.
Okay, none of you've seen Spaceballs.
Oh, that's right.
Ah.
Oh, I forgot that's what his name was.
Light
It's been a
bulb.
very long time.
Oh, that
Tyler,
would be
I'm so
so good.
Light bulb.
Like, to put in perspective, the last time I saw Spaceballs, that's back whenever Grandma used to watch Chad and I while our moms worked. That's how long ago it's been since I've watched Spaceballs.
I just remember the spaceship turning into a maid
Mega
to
Maid.
literally vacuum the atmosphere off the planet.
It's one way to do it, man.
No, to suck the air. Just remember, suck, suck, suck.
Suck.
Pretty sure the last time I watched anything Star Wars related would have been Spaceballs.
Wow.
Has it been a while, or was that recent?
You see, you haven't watched Boba Fett?
Okay, I watched episode 1 and 2 of Boba Fett, so that's a lie then.
Okay.
But
It's okay. It was
You
an
didn't miss
abomination.
anything.
I have watched Spaceballs within this year.
Okay.
That's fair. So good. So nice. Luke. Tyler, have you watched the Family Guy Star Wars special?
Do you really have to ask that?
I have to double check.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's been a while, but yes.
My favorite part of that movie was them trying to save the couch from the trash compactor.
My favorite part of that movie, there was no Padme.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah. Really, no Padme.
Yeah, no Padme.
What else was her fault, Tyler? I want to know.
I mean, he said everything.
That's a good argument.
I mean, to be fair, anything that is like Sith related post Anakin is her
like-
fault,
So,
potentially.
So it's hard because like after this conversation, it really made me think that it's almost starting to become a tie between her and Jar Jar.
Are you saying that she may have been a Sith Lord as well?
No.
Oh, okay.
What I mean is like a tie of it being both their fault for the rise of the Sith.
Okay. Okay.
Now, her and Palpatine were friends.
yeah.
That is known. So, you know,
So,
maybe Palpatine made Anakin like her.
maybe. First of all, maybe.
What if Palpatine made her like him?
Oh,
So
that would explain.
That would explain
like,
more.
Sudden
Yeah,
change.
the son of Annie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And why she didn't have real grown-up words to use to express how much she liked him.
It was all Palpatine.
Palpatine's like,
Or
I
Jar
don't know
Jar.
what this
It was
is.
all Jar Jar. That's why
Yeah,
words were
yeah.
bad.
So are you saying that Jar Jar worked directly under Palpatine then?
Yeah. Well, obviously he's a Sith.
Mhm.
No, Palpatine was under Jar Jar.
Mm.
Oh no!
But do you think, like,
way.
do you think Jar Jar was like one of the like masked lords where like they didn't know who he was necessarily? So like Jar Jar was telling Palpatine to tell Jar Jar to do things.
Jar Jar was telling Palpatine?
What if-
told Jar Jar to do?
Okay.
Yeah, we're going
Okay.
Inception here, buddy.
Here's a crazy theory.
Uh-oh.
So, according to new canon, which sucks,
Right.
Palpatine was able to save his spirit from returning to the Force by
Mhm.
having things to go into.
Correct.
What if...
Which was Snoke.
Snoke.
Yes.
Well,
And
Snoke
other
was
things.
one of the things, but
Yeah.
the
The-
continued to try or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Object that should not be named. What if Jar Jar was just a
What are you
vessel?
talking about?
What are you talking about? What object?
Exactly.
Voldemort?
I was gonna say, are we talking about?
No, Voldemort can be named.
Are we
It's
just
fine.
going
It's
back
Totally,
to-
no, it's totally okay.
What are you talking
What-
about?
what
shouldn't be
object?
named?
Yeah.
The thing that was supposed to be the big bad guy of the new trilogy that should never be mentioned because he's stupid.
Oh, you're talking about Snoke.
I'm sorry, I don't know who you're talking about.
Well, you're not wrong. 'Cause I was really excited to like know who Snoke was.
Yeah,
and
me
he was
too.
just gone before anybody told me what was going on.
Yep.
Anyways, sorry to interrupt you, Chad.
It's okay. What was I saying?
Saying that he shouldn't be named.
No, after that.
I don't know. I was
Oh,
really stuck on that
oh.
part.
What if Jar Jar was the vessel for Darth Plagueis?
Wow. Okay, Chad. Okay.
Not in the sense that like Darth Plagueis needed a spare body, but was just like, oh, this happened. I guess I'll go possess this stupid creature. And maybe he did actually get banned for being clumsy. And then found a Sith relic and then was possessed by Darth Plagueis.
Okay, so we're kind of going like
'Cause Plague-
Suicide Squad-esque to where Jar Jar messed with like a little thing and then like,
I didn't watch the first Suicide Squad.
are you shitting me?
I saw the
Chadwick?
second Suicide Squad.
I didn't watch the second one.
I didn't watch the second.
yeah.
one.
Apparently
haven't
the
seen the
second one's
second one.
better.
Well,
Second one's better.
my
can
dad
believe
loves
that.
that first one and we watch it often.
A lot of people hated that first one. I
You know
can't say
why?
It was great, but action was pretty good.
I enjoyed it.
You know why it's
Why, Chadwick? Why?
before it was released, it was recut. DC was like, we don't know if we want a super serious movie after Batman v Superman got mixed reviews. So the people that did the trailer for the first Suicide Squad ended up doing the master cut of the movie,
Mm.
which is why there's like 20 some record drops, and everything feels like a trailer.
It does feel like an extended trailer.
I'm not opposed to it though. I've watched way worse movies.
Yeah, there's
Like,
definitely way worse.
Have we ever watched the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not going to say that I have because I haven't. I didn't get through the first 10 minutes of it.
We watched
They
it
called
together because we knew it would be
They
awful.
called him Ung, and I quit.
Ong, yeah, Ong. Are you shitting me? No, it is Aang. Aang.
It wasn't a book. You didn't get to interpret how you
It was a
said the
TV
name.
show.
Yep.
We all knew how to say the name. I quit.
A Foolish Endeavor is hosted by Alex Castile, Dom Fontaine, Chad Lewis, special guest Tyler Greer, and yours truly, Jake Rakovich. Music is provided by epidemicsound.com. This has been Season 2, Episode 4 of A Foolish Endeavor. Hit us up on Instagram at foolish_endeavor_podcast, or leave a comment and tell us what your favorite topic we've covered is. You can find us on Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, Anchor.fm, and YouTube at Foolish Endeavor Podcast. We hope you enjoyed our shenanigans. Thank you for listening.
It's your fast space ass back here.
I love that impression.
Oh, Chad's good at it. Come on, give us another one, Chad.
Now I've had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.